Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Carlock Confessions. I am your host, Frank Fanzoni, and I am sorry we're a little late tonight, but excited to be here. Hopefully, you guys are too. It's going to be another great episode. We have a lot of great content to cover. Facebook's done some updating and some things in regards to their live videoing, so I'm trying to figure that out all at the same time here, but very excited to be here tonight. A lot of great stuff to talk about. The world is in complete flux right now. Everything's changing. People are talking. Stuff is going on, and we are here to talk about that and try to find the positive in all of it, actually, and try to make sure that we're doing what we can to be the change guys. So very excited about the show tonight. Hopefully you guys are too. Let's just get into the normal stuff. I want to say, if you guys could do me a huge favor, give me a thumbs up, a like, and a share. Tell everybody we're here. That'd be greatly appreciated. And that way we can get some more people on with some more opinions and continue to be the change. So if you guys could do that for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. We're getting there. We're growing still, so that's something that's exciting. We're definitely still growing. Let's see here. Also, still doing our drawings for the show for t-shirts and decals. Guys, we even have some new fantastic stickers. We got stickers, guys. They're fantastic. You can put them on water bottles. You can put them on laptops, on coolers, on koozies, on anything you want to promote Carlock Confessions. These will stick to it. These are waterproof. I'm very excited about these. I know I've talked about them a little bit, but I would be excited for anybody to display one of these on anything they own. So I'm very excited about that, guys. We have stickers as well. For every share we get from the page, we will definitely make sure that you get entered into the contest for another t-shirt drawing or decal or anything like that. So let me know. You guys share and I'll see it, and I'll get you guys entered into the contest. So that is that. I did just put up the poll question of the night, so I am excited about that. We did do the poll question. And so I want people to, if you can, get on and do that. I haven't voted yet. I haven't had a chance to because I just posted it. But the question did just go up, and it's been kind of a hectic, kind of a crazy week a little bit. So I've been trying to get things together, and so I want to know what you guys think and how you feel. So remember, well, that wasn't it. I was going to say, guys, no crickets in the chat tonight, as always. Make sure you guys are leaving your comments. Go do that poll for me so we can go ahead and get an idea of it. Let's talk about last week's poll like we always do. Let's get right into that right now. Let's talk about last week's poll. With the unofficial start to summer, we talked about tea. I'm a big tea guy. I love tea. And the good news is I asked about sun tea. How do you make your sun tea? Do you either use a jug or do you guys cook it on the stove? Good thing is, if any of you come over to my house, we have 100% of people say they make it outside in a jug. But we only had 6 voters. So I don't know if that's really a good poll or not, but we did have 6 voters who said they did do it outside in a jug. So, and I personally love sun tea. I enjoy it. I do it all the time, all that good stuff. So, and I drink a lot of tea in the summertime. I really do enjoy it. Wait. I love it. There we go. All right, so then the poll question for tonight that we posted, guys. So let me know if you're here. Say hi in the comments so I can see you. But the poll question for tonight that we posted now, with everything that's changing and going crazy, guys, NFL has now finally come out and said that they handled and admitted to handling the Colin Kaepernick situation in regards to being a peaceful protest incorrectly, and that they are now allowing players to peacefully protest. And I think that's evening. Michelle, welcome to the show. Jared, welcome to the show. Good evening, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Again, sorry we're a little late. Kara Ray, welcome to the show. Thank you, darling, for being here. Sorry I'm a little late tonight, guys. Business called, so that way that was the case, but we're on. Better late than never, as I put in the chat. So thank you, guys, or the title. But we're talking about the poll question for tonight. The poll question is in regards to the NFL right now. They have flipped their decision in regards to players being able to protest peacefully in regards to racism and injustice. And they admitted that they wrongly, and we talked about this a lot on the show, wrongly handled Colin Kaepernick in the way that he was peacefully protesting. So let me know what you guys think. Go on and vote for me if you can. I'd love to see the results of this one. This is definitely going to be a new one. Let's see. Jared said we knew that 4 years ago that they were wrong. I'm glad they admitted it. Me too. And I totally agree with you 100% on that, Jared, actually, because the truth is they were wrong. And I feel that way, and I'm glad that there's others out there that seem to feel the same sentiment, because I knew it was wrong then, because he was just trying to make a point of what's going on in this world. Things that we all know about, but now it's very apparent. Good for them, though, for admitting they were wrong. Hard for people to do, especially large organizations that are monopolized like the NFL, for them to go out and make an apology and say, we did it wrong. Not a lot of people do that. So I actually applaud them for admitting it. The truth is, do I feel differently or not? I don't know yet. I'm going to have to think about that one, but I think I do. I think I feel differently because it takes a bigger man, a bigger organization to say we were wrong. We were wrong, we admit we're wrong, and we're going to make a change because we were wrong. So to me, that's really important. So I think I feel a little differently about the NFL today than I did yesterday, and when they came out with all this in regards to it. So to me, that's the deal. So this actually leads right into the next segment of the show, which is grinds my gears, guys, because this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I want to I want to know what you guys are thinking and how you're feeling in regards to all of this as well. Let's see. Jared says, but it's all lip service unless they put teeth to that apology. It's just words. And I agree with you. And that's kind of where I'm like, Morgan, welcome to the show. That's why I am very much hesitant. I feel better. But do I feel better? Let's see what they do as things progress. So I appreciate that. That's true, Jared. So let's talk about Grinds My Gears, because this actually leads right into a great segment of Grinds My Gears. This week, what's Grinds My Gears, and I've been thinking about it a lot. Why does it take extreme situations or circumstances for anyone to actually listen and make a change or admit they were wrong? And that goes right into this, and that to me is what's been grinding my gears. I mean, I've been seriously thinking about this situation with the NFL, with George Floyd, with everything that's been going on in regards to racism and everything in America right now, just everything. COVID-19, racism, injustice, innocent people dying, all these major things. And we go all the way back to 4 years ago and Colin Kaepernick. And the fact that he did something and protested peacefully, and it took 4 years for something like this to happen, for the NFL to admit they were wrong. To me, this is just what grinds my gears. That unless something extreme happens, somebody loses a life, something gets publicly done or shown or shamed, or the masses finally get behind it, then things can finally change. And to me, it took a man losing his life for all of this to come about, for people to protest for equality and for justice and for peace and for all of that, racial equality. To me, I don't understand how we are in 2020 and we still have these issues, and we know what these issues are, yet we don't do anything about them until something massive happens. And it grinds my gears. And I personally, let's just go back to Colin Kaepernick for a second. I don't agree necessarily with some of the ways that he is when he had his tryout again, or he had the teams come and look at him, and he was very arrogant and cocky and very, we're going to do it my way, and then change locations. We talked about that on a show in the past. But what he's doing, what he did do originally and what he did was, and I actually supported him when he did it, what was tough for me was because, and I'll fully admit it right now, because the media hype was turning it into a patriotic, you're disrespecting our military, I kind of went along with that, and I feel bad about it. I'm going to admit it now and say, I was wrong. It was, hopefully, and from what I understand, was about the injustice and racism against black people and the way they're treated with law enforcement, all of that. And to me, it makes sense now. Justin, welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Morgan says, sometimes it's just social shaming. Yeah, sometimes it is. That's for sure. And I agree with you on that. So let's see here. What else we got? Jared says, yep, keep it is at fault for a few things, but folks lost sight of the message. And they did. And I'm not going to lie, I lost sight of the message as well. I mean, we all kind of did. We were all being pushed. maybe not all of us. I don't want to generalize everybody, but we are all being pushed in the direction of this is bad, this is wrong, this is why. And that is a perfect example of how social media and the mass production of an idea constantly pounded at everybody's faces, ears, and eyes and minds can change your opinion about things. It takes masses, and that actually is apparent right now, and that's part of what grinds my gears. Why Colin Kaepernick had it right to begin with, and then it was changed in the eyes of the media and the public, by the media, by the president, by the people who were saying you're disrespecting our flag, disrespecting the country, disrespecting our heroes, our servicemen and women, the people who had died for this country. You're disrespecting them by kneeling during the national anthem. Not such a bad thing now, is it? Because, you know, ultimately that wasn't his message. His message was he just wants equality for everyone. And to stop having African Americans be in fear of their lives with the law. All of it. 100%. It's just very, very, very interesting. And people did lose sight of things. So thank you, Jared. And I agree with you. But, I mean, ultimately grinds my gears, guys. I'm tired of having to take serious circumstances, serious situations, and loss of life for people to pay attention to the problems and the negativities we have in this world that we all need to be standing up for the weak, for the unrepresented, for the injustice, for the racism, for everything that's not right in this world that we have to stand up for, and we shouldn't wait for someone to pass, for some wrongdoing to happen for us to start making a movement. So that's just something I've been thinking about a lot, that, you know, we've known of this for forever now, and yet it's only taken until now for us to actually make strides for change. The protest, I am absolutely 100% proud and happy to live in a country that this many people now are protesting. The streets have been filled with people protesting peacefully, I say, in regards to the way protesting should be done. And I only promote positive and peaceful protesting. Not looting, not any rioting, anything like that. And I understand why they're doing that. But I promote peaceful protesting. But the amount of people that are protesting right now is a mass to make change, which is what makes me proud. And we've always talked about here on Carlock Confessions how it takes masses to make change happen, which is why I've always tried to grow this page, that the more positivity that we can do and show here on Carlock Confessions and as community members may make changes out there for others. Jared says compassion. Sadly, too many folks lack compassion unless it happens to them, which is true. They don't want to understand the plight of others, so they ignore it or choose not to do their research, which is 100%. Again, our lives are so wrapped up in ourselves. I'm a good example of this. I have, 20,000 things going on, which is okay, and I'm focused on my family, my wife, and my job, and everything else. And we get so wrapped up that we don't pay attention to the wrongs in this world unless they happen to us specifically. Again, has to be done publicly for people to recognize it. It's grinding my gears to the point where I'm actually sad about it. We definitely need to fix this. I love the support that Americans and people are showing. I love the support that the human race is showing right now for equality and for justice. To me, that shows that we can make a change and that we can absolutely 100% fight the media of the constant barrage of negativity for clickbait. We can fight that, and we're doing that. And I love the fact that the masses are getting together and doing it. So I applaud all the peaceful protesters that are trying to make things equal and right in the world. So, okay. So, guys, that grinds my gears. I'm sure it grinds yours too, and there is no positive twist other than the fact that we are, as a masses, finally getting together to promote the same thing, which is something that we've been needing to do for a very long time. All right, so that was Grinds My Gears. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Still, I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for being on tonight, everyone. Sorry we're late. Sorry it's running a little late. Maybe we'll make the show short just so I don't keep everybody awake tonight. But I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. So we did Grinds My Gears. Guys, let's get into the question of the night real quick. So, question of the night. Do you feel differently now compared to before about celebrities and sports athletes being able to use their platforms for peaceful protest against injustice and racism? Now, let me say that one more time because I want to know how you guys feel about this. Do you feel differently now compared to maybe before about celebrities or sports athletes or anybody who's in the popular media being able to use that platform for peaceful protesting against injustice and racism? Because I do. Because, again, not to make this the Colin Kaepernick show, but here's someone who took his stage and used it to try to bring awareness. I think more celebrities, more companies, more places, more people that have influence need to be these ones that are doing this kind of stuff as well. All of us, everybody should be, but these major promoters, these people that have 4, 5, 6 million followers, 8 million followers, Oprah Winfrey, the Obamas, everybody who's got all these followers, Kim Kardashian, the Kardashian family, all these people need to start making more of a stance on making positive change. We look up to these people. We see these people. They're in the media. Colin Kaepernick tried to do that. Joaquin Phoenix, we've talked about him before. And he tried to do it when he was at the Oscars, I believe it was. So, do you feel like that's the right platform? Let me know what you guys think. Let's see, Jared weighs in. Nope. I always believe that athletes are needed to make change in the world. We are seeing more of this. Nope, I've always believed athletes are needed to make change in the world. We are seeing more of this. Okay, so good. I get it. So, no, maybe you've always seen it that way, which is a good thing. And I too, have thought these are all role models. 100%. And again, anybody who looks up to anybody who's in the media, who plays sports, who's in politics, local police officers, firefighters, local first responders, anything that a child or a kid or a person or anybody can look up to, these people should be the ones as well speaking out, because these are the ones that people listen to. I just find it inspiring that these people that have all these followers and are constantly in the media don't speak up as much as they should and use that platform, and I think they should. And I think today, or with the NFL going back and admitting they were wrong, I think might lead to more people stepping up and saying, this is not okay. I'm making a stance on this. So, that's what I think. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the question of the night, though, for sure. So, that was the question of the night.
I love it.
All right, so let's get into in the news a little bit. In the news, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. We'll kind of keep this short, guys. Like I said, I don't want to keep you up all night. I appreciate y'all being here. In the news, though, let's talk about what's been going on around in the world a little bit together. I want to hear your guys' opinion. Make sure, again, no crickets in the chat for me. Make sure you guys are commenting and let me know what you're saying, what you're feeling. Let's go with, let's start off right now with the Minneapolis City Police, excuse me, City Council members announced plans Sunday to disband the city's police department. They did not offer a timeline or propose specific actions, but said they're talking intermediate steps towards ending the force. The group represents a majority of the 12-person council. This comes 2 weeks after George Floyd died in a police custody. We all know about that. They continue to denounce an entrenched basis in law enforcement and call for sweeping changes. So, let's talk about that for a minute. They're talking about ending the police force in Minneapolis. They're talking about disbanding the city's police department. Now, to me, and defunding city police departments. I want to know what you guys feel about this, because I have a mixed bag of emotions on this one, because I feel like if we get to a point where we start dismantling police departments and limiting the number of officers that are out to help protect us, this could lead us down a bad path. We do need law enforcement. We do need those out there to help protect and keep us safe. The problem is, I don't know if it's the training. I don't know if it's the psychological aspects of people. But we need to make sure that we do have law enforcement, but good law enforcement. Justin says, absolutely the worst idea ever made. Do not defund the police. Well, I'm glad that you made a stance. Thank you. I appreciate that, Justin. I kind of agree. There's a lot of people talking about defunding the police department. Now, let me share this with you real quick. And I understand they're talking about defunding the police department. I live near and work in a city called Flint. Flint, Michigan. You guys have probably heard about it. For my Michigan people, they know about it. Michigan and the city of Flint has gone through plenty of hard times where they had very few police officers for such a large city. They had horrible response times in regards to crimes like breaking and entering, shots fired, anything police related. The response time could be hours to days before an officer could respond because of the number of calls and the so few police that were there. I've seen the fact that less police officers doesn't make anything better. See, Morgan weighs in. Thank you, Morgan. They are going to defund the police, then proportionally they need to loosen the rules of civil justice. Agreed. But again, what slippery slope are we headed down if that's the case? Civil justice could get out of hand very quickly. John says, hey, Brother Siren Light, welcome to the show, John. Thank you so much for being here. Happy to have you. We're talking about in the news right now in regards to Minneapolis and their 9 council members that just discussed on Sunday about how they want to defund and disband the city police department. They did not offer a timeline or propose a specific action, but they said taking immediate steps towards ending the force. To me, again, for my Michiganders, we know that Flint has struggled because of lack of law enforcement. Any city, and that's just the one closest to me, any city with a lack of law enforcement is going to be hindered and have issues. We have to make sure we keep the crime out. We have to have reasons for crime not to be there. We just need the right police officers to do it. Training is key. Jared says we need law enforcement, but many unions are shady, as you know. They provide cover for so many bad officers. Just look at what is happening with the New York Police Union. Disgusting. The unions have too much power. The officer who murdered George Floyd. Let's see. Hold on, I'm sorry. George Floyd had 18 complaints, including excessive behavior against him. That makes no sense. I agree. Thank you for pointing that out, because actually that was going to be my next thing to talk about, was the unions and the protection of officers that are doing wrong. There does not need to be a police union. When you sign up to be a policeman or a police officer, a policewoman, whatever the case may be, get into law enforcement, you know what you're getting into. It comes down to individual police departments to monitor and manage their police officers. I think the department and the union are just as at fault as the officer that murdered George Floyd. 18 complaints, including excessive behavior, to me, is unacceptable to be wearing a badge after that. So, Jared says it's not the training, but the punishment against the bad officers. And I agree. Again, unions. I agree with you on that. I think we do need a little more training. I don't know. I've never been through police training. I haven't done a lot of research in regards to what they do to go through police training. I do have an announcement for later in regards to what I am doing. But it is important that training and punishment, it's all got to be there. There has to be guidelines set up. Let's see. Justin says, Democratic ran states and cities. Are the cities talking this up? Go ahead and get her done. They can use a rebuild and new leaders, in my opinion. Makes you wonder what the real narrative is. Seattle is losing its marbles on the front of leadership. It comes down to, I mean, there has to be people that are accountable. And I'm not picking sides of Democratic or Republican in regards to any of that or making this a political issue tonight. Not that you don't have your opinion, and I appreciate your opinion, Justin. You are 100% entitled to it. I don't agree or disagree, but the one thing I do agree with is the fact that leadership is key. Leadership of police departments, leaderships of unions, mayors, governors, all the way up to our president. If you hold a leadership position or have the leadership responsibilities, it falls on you as well. So to me, that's super important. 100%. Jared weighs in again and says, officers lie as you know what. Look at what happened to the old man who was pushed. They lied in the report and then tried to make it his fault, including the president. And we talk about bad apple cops, yet good cops didn't step up to help the guy. I agree. There's many ways to look at this. There's bad cops and there's good cops that condone bad activity. I agree. I think there's got to be ways to handle this. And I agree. Good cops are not stepping in because they're breaking code if they turn in a bad cop or doing a cop that does something bad. I think with this day and age, I think every cop should wear a body cam. Every single cop. I don't care if you're in a small local town, a sheriff, a police officer, a state police, CIA, FBI, I don't give a crud what department you're with. I think every officer needs to wear a camera that gives a feed back to a server that nobody has, that access to that is not granted to any police officer other than the highest of highest ups. Personally, because with this day and age, we have cameras. Everybody's got a camera. You got one on your phone. You got one everywhere, in every corner, in every building, in every place. And one thing that you can't do is deny when there's actual, real, full-time, right in front of your face footage, right? So is that a solution? Do you guys consider that a possible solution in regards to it? Or no? Let me know what you guys think about that, too, because, we have to start holding these guys accountable. And good cops aren't stepping up to get in the way. That is for sure. So thank you for that. Let's see. Jared says, yes, body cam. And if it turned off during any activity, the cop should be suspended without pay for 6 months. And most cops should be rolling with a partner, so there should be backup there. But yeah, I totally understand. Let's see. So let me know what else you guys think in regards to that, because I don't want. Sorry about that. Somehow I pinned Jared's comment, so hopefully that got fixed in there. But I think body cams are important, and I agree. There needs to be punishments associated with it. And I think the footage should go to a server in which cops can't access except for higher ups and all of that kind of jazz, so they can be the ones responsible. And there is technology that can help. I'm pretty sure you guys agree that it really does come from top down. Justin says, I've got a few close cop friends. They are great cops. Staple cops in small towns locally in Washington. They are about to walk away because the tension is so high and their arms are being tied with today's atmosphere. It is sad. He said, very sad. I agree. There are good cops in good places and doing the right thing that are feeling the backlash of this. So here's my problem, though. I totally agree with you, Justin. And I know this is happening around the world. Forever, there's been a brotherhood in law enforcement. If you're a cop, you look out for cops. You guys get each other's backs. But this has been what's been part of the problem as well. Now, this mental mentality or this visual mentality or whatever the case may be about how all cops are equal, all cops are the same, that there's not good cops or bad cops, they're all bad, is part of the problem. There's a problem on both sides. The fact that everybody thinks cops are bad all the time is a problem. Problem is they've given that persona because some bad cops. And society hasn't changed racism or how we look at African Americans these days. Cops don't. We see it all the time. White privilege. We need to change our thinking about cops, about the way cops are handled, the way they handle things, about how things are held as evidence, about what it is they are capable and not capable of doing. and how we look at one another. There's problems on both sides. But I understand, yeah, there is good cops that are probably feeling the backlash of this. And again, it comes from that brotherhood, I feel like. That persona that we've had in law enforcement, that they all support each other, which we should. And all law enforcement should support each other. They all risk their lives. But if you're a bad cop, I mean, you're not, I mean, that comes from top down. 18 incidences this guy had, 18 reports. That's a ton. And I'm sure there's many other cops out there that have the same or similar rap sheets as this murderer cop did. We can't let people like that be on the force. We don't let athletes, not anymore, who commit crimes and do things like that, domestic violence, that stuff, continue to play sports, do we? We don't condone that. Sports, owners and teams and all that don't allow that. So why are we allowing cops who commit bad things on their job and get complaints continue to do their jobs? It's a good question. Jared says, I don't think all cops are bad. That's too broad a brush, which I understand. It is a big brush. I do think too many good cops are complicit in not holding the bad cops accountable. That's a huge problem. Now, again, that is a huge problem, and I agree. It's the code. The code of you can't turn in a fellow officer, that we're supposed to be brothers in arms and all this kind of stuff, and that, you don't ever turn on a cop if you're a cop and all that kind of stuff. That's part of the problem that we need to have fixed. And I think punishments, in a sense, that if there ever is evidence that you are part or an accomplice of covering up an incident or something that's bad, you're just as accountable. So, I mean, I know I would be at work. Most of us in our jobs would be if we continue to do things that are wrong or bad, right? So, if I get complaints at my job, I'm pretty sure my boss is going to sit me down and say, yeah, you've gotten too many complaints. It's time to let you go. Clearly, this isn't the right job for you, right? What's wrong with this? Why can't cops or police officers have the same scenario, same situation? It's tough. It's hard. And a lot of it is, there's got to be a lot of change. There has to be some change. So, all right. So so that's that. I appreciate your guys' comments and all that kind of stuff. I don't think, that's actually was not the sound this was. I don't think that defunding and dismantling police departments is the way to go, though. And I know that's what people are asking for, and you hear a lot about it right now, and I think that's going to be a big problem. I think I've seen towns, cities, and areas that have a lack of law enforcement and crime moves in. And as you continue to dismember, defund, and dismantle police and law enforcement, I think we're going to continue to see crime go up. We're going to see issues. We're going to have problems, and that's just because there is no law enforcement. We've been around, we've seen it, we know it, and I don't think it's a good idea that this is something that they're considering doing. So Jared weighs in again and says, yes, the code is the problem. It's the more important to uphold the code than the value of life. Honor and integrity. Cops swear to uphold the law, but it's a joke based on what we're seeing. And keep that in mind, that's only what we're seeing. Imagine are the cops that are the craps that's happening when no videos are around. Yeah, all the stuff that's happening without cameras. This is why I think every police officer should be have a body cam on them at all times. You're not allowed to be on the floor or be on duty without a body cam. And so 100%, I agree with that. And it's true. I mean, they are upholding the code more than they are the law. And the value of life and integrity and all of that. And these are all things that make you have to have values as a cop. And it can't be values for the code. It has to be values for the public, the people that you serve. You don't serve other cops, you serve the public. So, and don't worry about your oops. I figured it out. But it is definitely an issue that we're continuing to deal with. And I know this is a very, very, very hot button topic. And I really don't want, it makes me fearful if we want to share feelings a bit. I'm fearful for the dismantle of law enforcement anywhere, because I've seen it firsthand. If anybody has not seen the issues in Flint, I believe there's a Netflix series out that everybody can watch that was filmed in Flint, Michigan, about their law enforcement problems. It was actually a good documentary, a good thing. Justin says, bad cops movies over the years, Hollywood, conditioning, and let's see, Ultra with the CIA and Operation Clipboard, not a conspiracy truth. We are being played, in my opinion. There is more to build on this platform narrative. I've had a few beers. Hey, that's okay. I'm glad you're enjoying your evening and you're entitled to your opinions. And I agree. I think media, movies, the depiction of cops in in our eyes and what we see on TV, and all of that also plays a factor of how people feel towards cops and what we see cops do. And I mean, there's plenty of movies out there about bad cops and about and all that kind of stuff. All of it plays factor, 100%. All of it plays factor, and these are the things that we, and I know at a lot Confessions, and what I've always been trying to do is combat those negatives and try to find ways to make change. And there has to be change on a global scale. There has to be change in law enforcement. There has to be a change in the way that we treat one another. And there has to be accountability. Accountability is key. So, but everybody's opinions here tonight have been great. Everybody's comments in regards to this topic has been great. So I appreciate you guys weighing in on it. But it is an important one, and it is something that's going to affect all of us. I mean, if they start defunding police departments, it's going to affect us all. And I don't, unfortunately, as I try to stay positive, I don't think it's going to be in a positive way. That's just my thought. All right, guys, that's that story. We'll move on now, but you guys can continue always to have the conversation in the chat as well. Let's talk about another couple of things real quick. Let's see. What else do I have that's going on in the world? COVID-19 stuff. I guess tomorrow, Philonise Floyd is scheduled to testify before Congress on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, the first congressional hearing on law enforcement reform since his brother's killing in police custody on Memorial Day. So that'll be interesting. We'll probably be talking about that next week on the show. Let's see. Black Lives Matter movement have called for the action as for defunding police departments, step forward combating with the view as an institutionalized racism within police departments. The New York Times on Sunday announced the resignation of its editorial page editor James Bennett 4 days after publishing a controversial op-ed from Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas, a Republican, that called for military intervention in U.S. cities racked by protesters over police violence. A lot of it is thick right now. There's a lot of things going on. I mean, there's a lot of opinions to be had. So, bringing in military for things, everybody thinks they're, how to handle these things differently. It's very heated right now. Let's see. Justin says there will be crazy initiative laws passed on our emotions without recourse. That's what concerns me as well. Thanks for bringing it up. A lot of this is emotionally fueled right now. All of the things that are happening, again, the defunding and dismemberment of police departments is on emotion right now. And I think we need to, and I'm hoping that city councils, Minneapolis, whoever else is thinking about doing this, stops and takes a step back and takes the emotion out of it and thinks about the public and the people that this is going to affect. A lot of things are being based on emotion right now and on recourse for action. And I think that is never the right way to try to make decisions or laws or initiatives in regards to change. We have to identify the problem, find what's best for everybody involved, and then make the change and figure it out that way with a clear head and a clear mind. So that's a great comment you made there, Justin. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But a lot of loaded stuff going on right now. I mean, the Denver Police Department changed its rules Sunday to ban all use of chokeholds as part of a wider effort to address the use of force by its officers amid ongoing protests over Floyd's death. So, here's an example of a department in Denver, Colorado, who has banned the use of chokeholds. Okay, so I appreciate that you banned the use of chokeholds. That's fantastic. What are the consequences if somebody performs a chokehold and they're not supposed to? Does that officer get to keep their job? Do other officers around who don't assist in getting that chokehold from being done or turning the cop in who did it, are they held responsible? We've talked about all this, right? I mean, these are all massively important things. Michelle, thanks so much for being here. Good night. Appreciate you being on the show. Look forward to you being here next week. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go so late tonight, guys. I appreciate all of your time, though, and your comments. Thank you so much. Great to see you, as always. But we need to, change needs to happen. I like the police departments are doing it. But are they making the right changes? And if they're making the right changes, how are they going to make sure those changes stay implemented and are followed? It's kind of the key, right? Maybe we'll talk about that a little more next week. All right, let's get moving up. No, that was not a joke. Maybe we'll move on here. Let's start wrapping things up here a little bit, guys. It's a little late. We'll have a shorter show tonight. I appreciate everybody staying on with me as late as it is. I know it's a weekday. I appreciate all of you, though. Thank you so much. Let's get into one of my favorite segments, which I always do. I share my life with you guys. This is where I give you my positive personal recap and reflection on the week.
Yes, that was easy.
All right, let me enlighten you guys here a little bit. It was a great week with great weather and time spent with the family. One of the new things I wanted to talk about with you guys and I want to share with you is that I have made a decision. I was approached by a really great friend of mine, a friend of mine who brought this to my attention, asked me if this is something I wanted to do, and I, you know what, I'm 100% excited and excited for this. So I want to make the announcement that as of last week, I have decided to become a volunteer firefighter for our local area and our local township. And so I will be in the process of training and learning and doing things to get to the point where I'm able to help others and be a first responder. I have a ton of respect for all first responders, and anybody who goes out of their way to help others in regards to in law enforcement and fighting fires and everything like that. So I'm excited to announce that I am now in the process of training and working on becoming a volunteer firefighter for my community and the township. So I want to thank my friend Scott for offering me the opportunity. I jumped all over it. I cannot wait to continue this journey and to be able to help others and continue to be the change in my community in a way that I never thought would be possible without his help. So I greatly thank him and applaud him. And I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of things to learn, but it'll also be a great way to give back and to be the change in my community as well. So Jared says, that's cool. As a firefighter, good luck. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Justin says, that's awesome. Such a great thing for you, for your community, to have you volunteer. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I feel very honored to be able to do this and work alongside the guys that are, the men and women that are volunteering to help the community and fight fires and respond to situations that are grim for others. And I'm going to do what I can to try to make a difference in their lives and in my community. So I just wanted to announce that was something that I'm doing right now. I'm really excited about it. I was going to discuss it last week, but kind of the topics outweighed that. It wasn't as important. But I wanted to bring it up this week because, with everything that's going on, I think we do need to find ways to make positive change and to help each other out. So that's one of the ways that I'm going to try to do it, and I look forward to it. And I will continue to keep you guys updated on that. You'll start to hear a little more about that on the show as things go. But I cannot wait to be able to help people and do my part in my community as a volunteer firefighter. So thank you so much, guys, for your support. With that, I greatly appreciate you. And that's what's been coming up. So I've done a couple of meetings and getting to know the guys in the firehouse and all that kind of stuff. It's been pretty great. So thank you so much. So that is my positive personal recap for the week. All right. So with that said, we always move right on to the positive quote for the week. I always like this part. It's one of my favorites as well, is the positive quote, because Why not? We could always do some positive thinking here. So the positive quote tonight by John C. Maxwell, positive thinking must be followed by positive doing. And I picked this one because I feel like, doing things that are positive, you can think all the positive thoughts you want, but if you're not promoting or doing positive things to try to make change, it works. So John C. Maxwell, positive thinking must be followed by positive doing, and I think we're all doing that, and I appreciate that. So that was the quote for the night. Jared says, Firefighter Frank. Yes, sir. I'm very excited about it. I'm really excited. I think, not to talk about age, but at my age to be doing this now, I think it's a great opportunity. It's a great timing, and I'm excited to challenge myself and to go out there and to help. So I'm really, really excited about it, guys. So I will bring you guys on my journey as I do on everything else as well. So there's that. All right, so let's get moving further. We got the top fan of the week that we like to do. All right, so top fan of the week, guys. We'll get through this real quick. Top fan of the week, constant contributions to the show, continued sport activity on the CLC page, and is definitely here to help share videos and be positive. This week, top fan of the week is Lacey Wiggins. Lacey Wiggins, congratulations to you, Lacey, for being top fan of the week. I appreciate your continued support on CLC and here in the community and continuing to be the change. So thank you so much, Lacey. Everybody give a big congratulations to Lacey Wiggins for being top fan of the week. Give her a big round of applause. Congratulations to you. All right. That's top fans. All right, guys. First, we'll get right out to the shout-outs as well. If you guys have shout-outs that you want to have on the show tonight, please feel free to put them in the chat. We're going to do our personal shout-outs. As always, I always say to all first responders who risk their lives and safety for our freedom, medical workers, everybody who's continuing to battle and get through. Thank you so much for all that you do. I shout you out. To all the people who are continuing to be conscious and wear masks and try to help people and try to kill this COVID-19 thing. I'm so glad we're finally phasing out and actually able to see each other and go to places again and all of that. For everybody out there who's putting others before themselves and understanding that love, positiveness, and all of that will be the only way that we can continue to come out on top on everything negative here. I shout you out. Shout out to our top fan of the week, Lacey. To all my Jeeples out there, to everybody in the Jeep world and Jeep community, you guys are the best. And of course, all you guys here tonight, thank you so much for being here so late tonight on the show with me and sharing your opinions and thoughts and being a part of Carlisle Confessions. You guys are awesome. And all right, so that's that. If you guys have any that you want shout outs, let me know. But as we're doing that, I'm going to get right into the birthdays, guys. Birthdays, I want to give a big shout out birthday to Chris Norling and James O'Neill. Tonight is their birthdays, guys. Today was. Happy birthday to them. We also have Julie Peterson tomorrow. Happy birthday, Julie. Evie Nicole is on the 12th. Patrice Campbell is on the 13th. Sarah Bingham is on the 14th. Nathan Dill on the 14th. And Al Perkins on the 15th. Happy birthday to all you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy your days and your birthdays. Celebrate yourselves. That's a great day to do it. All right, guys. So that is the deal on those. Very excited. Those are birthdays. If you guys have any birthdays or anything like that you want to get out right now, now's the time to do it. Go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will get them out for everybody to hear. Yeah, so there's that. All right. Let's see. Jared says, congratulations, top fan of the week to Lacey. Thank you so much. That's a big deal, top fan of the week. All right. Justin says, congratulations, top fan of the week as well. Thank you so much. All right, guys. A couple of quick things as we get tied up here. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for being here tonight, for your opinions and sharing with the show and sticking with me. Greatly appreciate it. We're up to 165 followers now. We are continuing to grow. Let's go, let's grow. If you guys continue to share this page, these videos with your friends and family on Facebook and let them know we're here, we'll continue to grow, get bigger, and continue to be the change. And I am looking forward to hitting that 200 mark. All because of you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We will continue to do our giveaways as well for everybody who does a share. I will put your name in a hat. We will do the giveaways, guys. I got new stickers. I don't know if you guys saw these. I presented them pretty early on. We got stickers, guys. They are waterproof and can be attached to anything. Laptops, sports bottles, water bottles, anything you want, you can attach those to, and they will stay. Very excited about the stickers. So if you guys like the stickers, give me a thumbs up real quick in there so I can see that you guys like them. Appreciate it, guys. Really, I do. Let's see. So we have that. We'll be doing a drawing, a giveaway again here real soon, so continue to share. Guys, if you can donate blood, please do so. Continue to donate if you can. Blood is always needed. Guys, we don't really have to recap too much. We talked about everything going on in the world right now, and I'm really excited. I got the new gray shirt kicking tonight, guys. Very excited about the new gray shirt as well. So shirts are looking good. I get a thumbs up from Jared. He likes it. Thanks so much, guys. These stickers are pretty cool. Look for them. We'll get those out there to you guys too if you're interested in them. All right, guys, that's the show. That's everything. Trying to get this, not to make it so you guys are too tired tomorrow. Thanks so much for being here. Guys, we'll be here again next week. Sorry again we were late, but I appreciate everybody and everyone that was here. Thank you so much. As always, guys, continue to stay positive, stay safe, and be the change, guys. We'll do that together. Let's continue to grow and take care of one another, especially in this day and age, because it's definitely needed. So thank you, guys. Shout out to all of you, and we'll see you guys here next week. Thanks so much, Justin. Justin says, great show as always, bud. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Good to see y'all. Great to talk to y'all. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care, stay safe, be positive, be the change. Good night, everyone. See you next week, guys. See you next week, Jared.